I'm Natalie and this is James, and this is our home, Zephyr. We have been sailing around the world for the past 4 years, and now we have got a couple of stowaways on board. Meet Flint and Kira, 2 puppy Weimaraners that are joining the adventure. Subscribe and welcome to our channel, Sailing Zephyr. Last week you caught us leaving the Bahamas and starting our journey up north.
That'd be great if we had a bit of fish for the trip. We got a fish, I just don't know what it is.
You guys excited for the sail? Even though we're motor sailing right now? Yeah, this is gonna be your longest sail. What is it?
I don't know. Big old barracuda.
Barracuda.
So we actually left him in there and he's got himself off and back in, and he didn't take the hook, so that's good. So yeah, hopefully we catch something. We are motor sailing at the moment. We are hoping that the wind picks up once we leave the bank.
Woohoo! You know what this means? Spinnaker time. So we got like 6.5, 7 knots of true. So we're gonna whip this out. We got the current behind us.
We're barely moving.
We're barely moving, but this bad boy is gonna help. And we made the turn at West End now. So we are just coming around the bank of Grand Bahama and start pointing towards North Carolina. As you can hear, the Genoa and the Maine are not holding in this light air. So.
No. All right, let's get going.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we...
The spinnaker is up, but we realise the tack line needs to be pulled in a little, so it's a 2-person job at the bow to get it just right.
What's our boat speed?
3.5. Yeah.
You gotta pull it up.
Okay, I've switched the engine off, but we've made a couple of mistakes. The tack line was a little long, and I think we need to pull it up higher. So the topping lift, I didn't pull it up high enough because we're only doing about 4 knots, and we've got 10 knots of wind. So I'm just pulling it up right now. At least the motor's off.
How are we doing now, boat speed?
We've increased to 4.6, 4.7. There we go, much better. And the wind's dropped down anyway to 9.6.
Alright, great, nice job.
To 9. That'll do nicely. I mean, we've got hardly any wind and we're moving, so that is just the best outcome. So yeah, so that's it.
And if you want Nat to say hardly any more times, just ask her in the comments.
So funny! Guys, feel sorry for me because I got 4 or 5 days of this. Ay, ay, ay. Somebody is very excited to go back to the US. We both are. The doggos are American, so you guys should be triple excited. You're going back to where you were born. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're going to continue like this. Not much else is happening. We've lost a lure to another barracuda. He did take that one. It was brand new. We've lost, all in all, since we've been in the Bahamas, about 3 brand new ones. And those guys are not cheap, but I guess that's the way fishing works, right? So you win some, or in our case, very little, and you lose a lot. All right. Well, as you can see, we're taking it back down. We've got the engine running. It was very short-lived. The wind just all of a sudden turned on us,
to one side and then just releasing it in one big slap. So it was pretty horrifying. So we're gonna take it down. The wind is kind of just all over the place at the moment. I don't know why. Maybe because we're going past this island. I don't know. We'll just have to see. The weather's just been really wacky. Really wacky. We'll probably just put the penny up in a minute.
Little did we know at this point that we would be changing our sails constantly for the rest of this passage, as consistency was not in the plan.
That's a shame, we were rolling there.
Super easy on our boat to get everything changed up, but my God, honestly.
Yeah, the apparent wind came forward ahead of the beam, and it was backwinding the spinnaker. So we just pulled it down, and now we just got full sails back up.
Engine off.
Better than using diesel.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. So here we go. I know. Okay. Food. Well, we are rocketing right now. So tired. But it's the next morning and we are doing about 7 knots with that Gulf Stream. It's just amazing. We do have a bit of wind, about 15 to 20, so it's perfect. I'm gonna feed these guys and I don't know what I'm doing next.
We forgot to close the center hatch now that we've really got the swell on the beam, and we just had a wave come over the top. Bit of water on the couch, but it's not such a big deal. But yeah, there's even a little bit of writing on the top of the hatch here that says close when underway or something like that. Guess we didn't listen. Well, we're gonna have some coffees. It's end of day 1 is finished, start of day 2. It was a really hard night. We had these huge squalls that were packed full of cold air that sucked everything away. We had no wind, but all this rolly swell, and then all of a sudden all the wind was coming directly from the north, which when we were sitting in the edge of the Gulf Stream is bad because the Gulf Stream runs north and the wind was pushing from the north to the south. So it got really choppy there for a bit. I would say probably about 2:30 this morning it finally turned around, and the wind has slowly been sort of moving around. It's at about 120 and we are screaming along. We're averaging about 7.5 knots and we're flying. All right, trying to make scrambled eggs for the captain out there, and it's a challenge. I've already overcooked them. But luckily we have this gimbal stove. It kind of rocks with the boat, which is good. Definitely feeling a bit queasy. And there we go.
Literally over today. We're feeling very frustrated because it's just been non-stop change of winds and nothing's been consistent, not the waves, not the wind. We had it really good there this morning and then now it's just turned into a lumpy mess. We've tried a couple different things. Nothing seems to be working. So we are going to pole out. James is just getting it ready there at the front. We're gonna pole out to port, and then we've already got the main, out to starboard. So we're gonna try some wing on wing action and see if that helps. But we better hope that the wind doesn't go crazy later on, so we'll see. Yeah, I think we're just very frustrated with the whole situation. We kind of just want to get there, and everything seems to, like, we're going good, and then all of a sudden we're not, and then we are, and then we're not, and it just seems a little bit, yeah, super inconsistent. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe the weather forecast has changed while we've been gone, and there's something else going on that we don't know about, but I don't know. We've had really bad luck with the weather, or something is off with the weather at the moment. Okay.
It's a little bit of a struggle to set the whisker pole up as the conditions are so rolly, but we finally get her up and running.
I think we're gonna have to take some in, no?
Yeah, I think you're right. This is big.
Yeah.
How's that working? What do you think?
Don't know. Still making a ton of noise. Nah, you need to take some more in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because of the bouncing we've got going. There you go. What are we doing now?
We're only doing 5.5, but we don't have sails slapping, which is, and we're heading to our destination. And the winds just dropped down to 9 knots. So that's okay, I think, don't you? The
Yeah.
boat's pretty stable.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Just a little bit annoyed with
Yeah.
the way it's all turned out. Like, we thought we were gonna have 20 knots of wind and we were gonna be flying, and look at this. I mean, it's just like up and down. Just feels like we're not even moving.
It has literally turned out to be the worst. If we hadn't known the forecast was gonna be like this, we wouldn't have left. At all. We should have had incredible conditions.
We could have been flying. And this morning we had really good conditions, and it never got to 20 though.
No.
But it was 18, and we were just with the Gulf Stream absolutely flying. And then now this, just rocking side to side, sails slapping in the background.
We were sailing at 7.5 knots for almost half the day.
Hey Flint, what do you think? It's hot right here, isn't it? Because we're coping the sun. At least it's a sunny day, which is good.
Alright, I'm gonna let out a little bit more. Maybe try and pump a little bit more. What's happening? What are we giving up on?
The pole, like I said, I was
Yeah.
like, it's gonna be short-lived, and it is, because the waves are making it impossible to keep the sails full of wind, even with the whisker pole. So
We're gonna put the whisker pole away.
Unfortunately, we have to go back to motor sailing, but at least we have company.
you could actually just hang it there.
Whoa, he just jumped.
That's what I mean, like fishing. Seems to be happening, like, did you get some on camera?
Yeah.
Join us next Friday as we continue with our passage north. Things get super rolly and it gets hard to do any cooking on the boat.
Alright guys, so there you have it, 3 in the morning. The wind is finally kicked in proper.
How did you get there? Hey buddy. We're nearly there. We're nearly in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, after 3.5 days of everything.